All right.
Hello, everybody. My name is Chad Talks, and welcome to episode 90 of this TEW Monday Night Wars save. And today I have with me the great and the powerful Jmack Gaming.
Hello, everyone. What is up? My name is Jmack Gaming.
And remember, Jmack fears rating. Hashtag go fuck yourself.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 90 of the Monday Night Wars save. I am Chad Talks, and joining me is my lovely co-host Jmack Gaming.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
We are good.
How was Great Balls of Fire?
Great balls of fire, more like great balls of dire. Am I right? Ha ha.
I don't know. I haven't seen the show yet. Ha ha
Oh man. Oh man. I was gonna spoil it, but you don't want to hear.
Oh, don't tell me Sasha Banks won.
Oh, I mean, she did.
Oh no! Fuck! Oh,
Be a count out.
That's even worse. That doesn't count.
Get it? Doesn't count. Get it?
Let's run.
Let's run some WCW. All right. So we've got a pre-show match with Jushin Liger and Conan taking on Alex Red and La Parka. It's gonna be a good time. They had a pre-show, not much heat. Alex Wright and La Parka won with the STF. Alex Wright carried the match in terms of ring performance. Damn right he did.
Hell yeah, he did. Alex Wright, the fucking goat. Das Wonder Kid. Oh boy.
And this was the pre-show match Justin supplied us with.
Oh, Brutus Booty Cake defeats Lance Storm. 754.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Alrighty. So we start off with an episode of Hey Yo. Scott Hall is there and he's like, Hey Yo!
Hey yo!
The greatest talk show in the history of wrestling is back once again, and my guest tonight is Randy Savage. Randy Savage comes down and he's like, Champ, how are ya? Oh yeah, the champ is good. Macho Man Randy Savage is going to go into Fall Brawl, brother, and win. He's going to beat Bret the Hitman Hart, and then Macho Man Randy Savage is going to prove why he is the best WCW World Champion there's ever been. Oh, yeah. And Skull's like, you know, Randy, I think you've got this in the bag. I've seen you doing the squats in the fitness room. Been seeing you doing that CrossFit. Saw you doing some yoga with DDP earlier. You're looking slashed, brother. Oh yeah, Macho Man is very swole. And then Bret Hart's music plays, and he's like, "This is the most boring thing I think I've ever seen." He's just like, Randy, I'm out here not only to save the ratings of this talk show, but the ratings of the Big Show. And then Randy's like, the Big Show is having ratings problems? And everyone laughs. He's like, no, you idiot. WCW. You know, the Bret Hart show. The show I left the other guy for to come here. You know, that show. And, you know, I happen to be the greatest WCW champ of all time. In fact, when I was the champ, ratings were at an all-time high. All right? And I never put on a bad match. Except with Tommy Dreamer. Then him and Scott all laugh again. He's just like, you know what? I'm done playing games, all right? And he like takes like the couch that was set up for Hey Yo and like kicks it over. And Scott Hall's like, hey man, that's expensive. Don't you break my things. That's not cool at all. And he's like, you know what, Scott Hall? I could beat you anytime, anywhere. And the fact that I'm even on this show is lowering myself to the likes of you. And he's just like, oh, is that true? Well, how about... And then Kevin Nash's music comes down into the ring, and he's wearing a suit. And he's like, boys, I don't think you guys know this, but at Fall Brawl, it was announced I'm going one-on-one against Sylvester Stallone. Now, the reason I'm out here tonight is because Sylvester Stallone is banned from the arena. So I've got nothing going on. And so I think that I want to get in a match tonight. In fact, I think I'm going to be Bret Hart's tag team partner because I think the two of you almost equal the ego that Sylvester Stallone has. So I think it'll give me a good test. And Scott Hall and Randy look at each other and go, "Sounds good to me." And then they just start fighting to end that segment. So tag team match tonight will be the main event. And making their WCW debuts had Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, who showed excellent chemistry teaming together, defeated the New Bloods in 8-14 when Matt Hardy defeated Fit Finlay with the flying leg drop. Man.
Nice.
The Hardys are here.
Me and Chad had we had a huge bidding war over the Hardys.
Yes, we did.
And
I had to buy the entire Omega company to get them.
I think you got them after you threatened to steal Stasiak from me. I let the Hardys go.
I did. I said if you get the Hardys, I will sign Stasiak and I will take him. And I showed my cards. He backed down. The Hardys are WCW, baby. So after that match, we go to a backstage segment. Dean Malenko is in the back, and he's saying, Chris Jericho, you were my best friend. I thought I could come to you for anything. You met my kids. You met my family. And I met your wife, and we were the tag team champions. And then you went and you threw it all away, because of what? Because you got sick of losing. Chris, listen, all right. I'm not gonna get bent on the past. All right, I gotta keep looking forward to the future. And tonight, I'm going 1-on-1 against Kidman, the cruiserweight champion. And if I win, I will become the #1 contender, and I will fight him at Fall Brawl. So I just need to keep my eyes peeled and win that match, so I can finally prove why I was the better man of the Masters of 2004 holds. And then he goes and gets ready for the match.
Oh, shit.
And about that good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Kidman defeated Dean Malenko with a shooting star press. During the match, Chris Jericho distracted Dean Malenko. So this is how the match started, all right? Dean Malenko, it looked like he's going to win. Chris Jericho comes down and low blows Dean Malenko. And Dean, falls down, gets on the ground. The ref's back was turned because, there was flock shenanigans. And Kidman hit him with the shooting star press. And then after the match, Jericho and Dean Malenko brawled to the back, and Kidman standing tall like the champion he is. However, he got attacked. Kidman is celebrating in the ring, and then all of a sudden, a tank hits him. A big fucking behemoth of a man plows him over, and everyone's like, "Who's that? Who is this man? I don't know." Mike Tenay's like, "Good God!" And then this happens. Ahmed, Ron Killings, Mr. Cat Miller, and Ice Train come down to the ring with this big man. And Ahmed says, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Daddy V." And he puts up that little V thing that he did. He says, I found him in the Amazon jungle." I found him in the Amazon jungle, and I've tamed him. He will eat. He is my personal monster, and he will do whatever I say. I am Ahmed, and I am the leader of the nation. You see, when I worked for that other company, I had a group, and they were a good group, all right? And you look at the guys who were in that group. One of them goes by, the name of The Rock, and the fans pop because he's breaking kayfabe right now and mentioning Raw. He says the other guy, D'Lo Brown and Farouk, they just couldn't hang with the likes of me and The Rock. So that's why when I broke that company up, I knew I had to make a name for myself. So I teamed up with a man who I call Blackjack. They pop again. He was like, Blackjack is now 0-3 in tag team matches. Which shows you I was the talent in that group. And now that I'm here, I want one thing, and that's a world title. But not just a world title. I want all the titles. We're coming for all of them. Raven, I want your television title. I want the tag titles. I'm beating Goldberg and taking his title. I'm taking them all. And then Ric Flair comes down to the ring and he says, "Woo! Ahmed, you want to get into the ring and threaten the champions of WCW, one of them being the former tag team champion, Ric Flair. Now, Booker T's ankle's broken. We had to vacate the titles, but I and a tag team partner of my choosing will get a rematch for those titles at Fall Brawl. And Larry Zbyszko has given the Nature Boy the privilege of naming the tag team that I want to defend the titles against. And Ahmed, I want the Nation. You talk a big game, so how about this? You pick 2 members of the Nation to take on the Nature Boy and my tag team partner, and we'll see who the better tag team is." And Ahmed swarms around. Ahmed says, "Rick, you're on. But there's a problem. You're not going to make it to Fall Brawl." And then they all surround him, and Big Daddy V is standing in front of Ric Flair, and they have a big face-off. And then these men run out and set up this match. And a decent match. The Nation, Ahmed, Big Daddy V, and Ron Killings defeated Ric Flair, Chris Benoit, and Raven when Ahmed defeated Raven with the Spine Buster.
All right.
Raven was not happy to do this job, but you know what?
No, he was not.
I'll reward him handedly.
He's still in an 87, so.
Oh, attaboy, Raven. And then so we get to that match, and Eddie Guerrero is in Mexico. He just won a match in Mexico with his global championship, and the camera shows him. He's like, "Oh, hello! I didn't see you there. I was too busy winning like Guerreros do." He says, "I am the global champion. I win all over the world, and I take on the top talent. I beat Ric Flair. I beat, and he starts naming off all the wonderful Japanese wrestlers he beat, I beat them all because I'm Eddie Guerrero, and I just showed Mexico why," and he starts speaking in Spanish. And then he gets someone taps on his back, and he turns around, and it's DDP wearing a poncho and a sombrero with a taco in his hand. And he says, "Hola," and punches Eddie Guerrero in the face.
Hola.
And they start brawling all around the Mexican professional wrestling arena. And they just start brawling. Eddie Guerrero, confused. DDP still holding a taco, brawling with Eddie. And then DDP grabs says afterwards, I came all the way to Mexico to challenge you for that global championship. What's my answer, Eddie?" Eddie is like, "You don't deserve it, DDP," and starts hitting him back. And Diamond Dallas is like, "Oh, I deserve it," and then hits him with the taco. He hits him with the taco, Jmack. What a monster. And Eddie now has sriracha sauce all over his eyes, writhing in pain. He's just like, "Ah!"
What the fuck is going on?
"DDP, you win next week, and you've got your match." And DDP then pulls out of his pocket some nachos, and he says, "I'm nacho victim today, Eddie," and kicks him in the balls, and then throws the nachos in his face.
Oh, man, Raw. This is. He's saying Raw's worse than this.
Listen, that was beautiful. We cut back to the ring, and the Warrior is here, and a huge pop from the fans. He grabs the microphone and he says, "I am the Warrior. In my old company, I was a dominant force. I never lost, and I beat the likes of Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart. I beat them all, and now I'm here for one reason, and one reason only." And he looks right into the camera and says, "To prove why I'm a legend." He says, "Goldberg, you have a streak that you say will never be broken. Well, the Ultimate Warrior is going to break the streak at Fall Brawl. You versus me. Title on the line, streak on the line, and my career on the line. Goldberg comes down to the ring, and he says, Warrior, you want to put your career on the line against me? You want to put my title and my streak on the line? Warrior, you're on. But I want to let you know, I will win. And I just want you to know that I will not bat an eye about retiring a washed-up has-been like you. And the Warrior looks at him, and they go eye to eye. And then all of a sudden, we hear the music of Lex Luger and Sid Vicious. And
boy.
Sid, this is very, very touching. Am I right? And Sid says, yeah, look at these nerds. And then they shoot each other. Lex says, you know what, Sid? Maybe we should prove to them why we should be the ones getting these opportunities and not them. And Sid says, yeah, we should be the ones taking Goldberg's title and streak. And Lex Luger says, yeah, and I should be the one retiring the Ultimate Warrior. And then they go, so how about this? How about we team up against you two, and when we win, we get those spots instead? Warrior and Goldberg look at each other, and they go, okay, you're on. Get in here. Let's do it. So, next match. And about to head great heat and good wrestling, Goldberg and the Warrior defeated Vicious and Luger in 10:08 when Goldberg defeated Sid Vicious by pinfall with a spear. Thanks for coming, Sid Vicious and Lex Luger. All right, we are backstage. Chris Jericho is talking about why he attacked Dean Malenko, and he says, why'd I do it? Why did I do it? Why do I do anything? Because I'm the best. I am Chris motherfucking Jericho. I am the greatest wrestler this company has, and I was the greatest wrestler in the matches of 2004 holds. All right, Dean Malenko didn't deserve that match. I deserve that match. I should be the next Cruiserweight champion. I should be the next World Heavyweight champion. Not Dean Malenko. Not anybody. And furthermore, and then Dean Malenko just jumps in from behind, and they just start brawling all over the arena. A lot of brawling in this episode.
A lot of it.
And about that, good wrestling and decent action from the crowd, Rey Mysterio defeated Juventud in 8:17 with a springboard Hurricanrana.
Boo. Should have had Juventud win. This is a long-ass episode of Monday Night Nitro.
It feels long.
It's at 18 minutes.
Oh, well. And then Christopher Daniels attacks Rey Mysterio.
Why?
Because they're in a feud, brother. Christopher Daniels doesn't make a name for himself. All right. And in a decent match, Scott Norton defeated Buff Bagwell to retain his hardcore title. Not much more I can say about that. It happened.
Buff Bagwell thinks Vincent should not be his...
well, I'll take that into consideration, Buff.
Oh, shit, fuck. I clicked through the main
event. No! Alright, well, we had the main event. I'm not sure how it did.
We got a 78.
I'm also not sure who won, because I had the game decide.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we have Hulk Hogan come down to the ring. Hulk says, no, I wasn't supposed to be here tonight. I was just supposed to be in the back. But we had 3 minutes to kill. So I came out to address the fans, brother. And he says, Sylvester Stallone is taking on my boy Kevin Nash at Fall Brawl, and I'm going to be his coach, his mentor, his guide. I will help Kevin Nash beat Sylvester Stallone. All right? I've seen a lot of Rocky movies. I was in one. You know, I've been watching a lot of boxing tape. I think I'm a regular Evander Holyfield, brother. He says Sylvester Stallone is going to get knocked out by big sexy Kevin Nash. He is going to get embarrassed by big sexy Kevin Nash. And he is going to get absolutely eviscerated by big sexy Kevin Nash. And then if he can get up, and if he still has the balls, then he can step in this ring with Hulk Hogan, because I'm not scared of Stallone. I'm not afraid to fight Stallone. In fact, if Stallone was here right now, I would fight him. And then there's a cameraman in the ring filming Hulk Hogan. His back is to Hogan, and he puts the camera down and he takes off his hat, and it's Sylvester Stallone. The crowd starts just popping huge, and Hogan's like, yeah, you know it's true. You all you pathetic fans know that I would destroy Sylvester Stallone because WCW is the house that Hogan built, and it doesn't matter what anybody says in the back. I am the man of this ship. I am Hulk goddamn Hogan, and I will beat Sylvester Stallone. I will make Sylvester Stallone my bitch, brother. Now, too sweet me. And he turns around to do a too sweet, and Sylvester Stallone is there, and his eyes get huge. His face turns white, and he's like, I was, and then Sylvester Stallone, like does like one of those things where he like pretends to punch, and Hogan like flinches and puts his hands up, and the crowd's laughing, and Hogan just books it out of the arena, and Sylvester Stallone celebrates with the fans to end the show.
Yay! Oh man, I hope Stallone goes over at the pay-per-view.
No, maybe not.
All right, so Scott Hall and Savage defeated Bret Hart and Kevin Nash in a 78.
Okay.
That's a fucking low rating.
Yeah, it is. Did you win this week?
I did. I had an 88.
Oh, man, you gonna whoop my ass this week.
Ron Killings, used one time in the show, was slightly overused.
It was slightly overused. I also had him used in I think he wrestled, too, though. He was in an angle and he wrestled.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So. All right.
All right, that was episode 90 of this series. Hey, 10 more to 100.
10 more to 100, brother. We can do it.
Fuck. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet, and we will see you for episode 91, the Go Home Monday Night Raw to the pay-per-view that I do not know the name of at the top of my head.
And the Go Home to Fall Brawl.
Whoa there. That's episode 92. You can't get too ahead of yourself.
I'm just saying, it's also the Go Home to Fall Brawl.
All right. Remember. Cody Rhodes. Thank God.
Go, Cody Rhodes!
Thank God he didn't win the IWGP Championship. Fuck.